News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. I love my show. I love you. I am honored. I love what I do, and I'm grateful for you, and I mean that with all my heart. And I truly cannot believe that it has been, I got to do the math here. Let me go real fast. I like this. Every once in a while, I like doing the math on this. Let's see. I don't know, it's been like 14 years and 3 or 4 months or something that you have given me the privilege to talk to you every night. And what an honor it is. And if you're not always growing and learning, then you are a dinosaur and you're done. And I'm constantly learning and growing, and I'm never there. And I am grateful that you've given me the chance to do that and continue to do that all along this way and get better and better at my craft. And I'm still not there. I still have a long way to go. Thank you. Now, lawsuit alleges unfair discipline practices at North Texas ISD in Waxahachie. There's 2 students who are of color. One is black, the other one that doesn't really say. And I'll just share like a couple sentences from the story. I really do want to get into this with you. I think it's interesting. A federal civil rights lawsuit filed the other day accuses North Texas School District of applying disciplinary policies in a way that punishes black and Latino students more often and more harshly than their white peers. One student, here's the thing. We're never going to get the full story, and we're not going to get what really happened. We're not there because sometimes somebody, and I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong. I'm not telling you anything on that. Don't hear what I'm saying. What I am saying is that you might not be on the side of these people, these students, if you were there. If you're the teacher, if you're one of the students, you'd be like, oh, no, she is, I'm not saying any of these girls are. Okay, or boys are. I'm just saying, you might be like, no, she's a punk. She's always doing this. That's BS. You don't know. So I'm not taking sides, but here's what I am saying. I never want to use race as a factor in whether or not somebody is being punished. And I never want to count it as why it's happening, unless there's total proof of it. What I want to do is what I'm saying is I literally don't count. I don't want to know what the color numbers are. I just want to know how it happened and how the discipline's administered. I don't care about the color, and the total numbers on which color is what do not mean anything to me and never will and never should to anyone. It should matter if that student's been wronged or if it's judicious punishment. That's all that matters. If the student has been wronged and if the what is happening is judicious punishment. I'm sure there's other things I can come up with. I'm just telling you as I talk to you. And it really disturbs me when they always when people will make a claim and it's like, I don't care about your race. I want to know what happened. Okay? So my position is this. I want discipline. I think discipline is missing from our schools. And I think we have an absolute horrible tidal wave of horrible parenting and broken families and not disciplining your child and not loving your child and not shielding your child from so many things that these students come in so broken, regardless of the color and that stuff. It's not relevant to me. They come in so broken and troubled, and they are overwhelming schools. They are overwhelming teachers. Teachers are now not being truly allowed to discipline the student, remove the student, that these kids are troublemakers. They're causing problems. They're disrupting, and the good kids are getting screwed. And they don't get an education, and it's a civil right to get a good education, to have an education. It is a right in our country. It is not, and maybe it's not a right, enumerated in the Constitution. What I'm trying to say is that kid has a right to be in that class, and that kid has a right to learn. And if you're interfering with it, I want you out, and I don't care about your race. That's what I'm saying. And I think that what needs to be looked at is what happened versus what the race is, and I really am turned off by that. This. And I do believe that the whole systemic racism thing is a lie, and I think that that's just a way to try to control things. So in this case, a federal civil rights lawsuit filed, and they claim that this one kid got ISS at Waxahachie High for 5 days pending a hearing. The person's black. Disciplinary Alternative Education Program, DAEP, for 30 days. She was left with a disciplinary record, unable to try out for cheerleading team. The second incident with another student cyberbullied, and they say they're applying what is written as facially neutral, but the way they're being applied have a disparate impact along racial lines. And all I want to know is what went down. So I don't want color. I want facts, and that's it. And so my question for you on this is, how do you want our schools to discipline our students? How do you want our schools to discipline our students? Shouldn't race be kept out of all disciplinary discussions and policies? Shouldn't it be based on behavior and the safety of all, regardless of anybody's skin color? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227, 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. By the way, the school to prison pipeline is a lie, and it is a thing created by the left to control and to push their agenda in our schools. And you need to look none other than what's called Texas Appleseed. It is a leftist group that claims to be pro-education and, an advocacy group that's all, no. It's a leftist cause. And they're quoted all the time in the news because the news is like, oh, yeah, we love the leftists. So check off, ching, anything with Kamala. We love Kamala. We, bow down to her, etc. And she can do no wrong. She can lie about everything. It's fine. Trump is bad. It's that kind of whole mentality to me. So I envision a kid who's troubled being properly punished, and then claims of disproportionate this, disproportionate that. Look, a kid can be wronged, and I don't want that. But I have a feeling that a lot of this is BS. I want somebody punished based on what they did, and I want the bad kids or the troubled kids or the troublesome kids removed and punished, and if they keep offending, to be removed, and I want the kids who are good to be protected and allowed to learn unfettered. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. How do you want our schools to discipline our students, and shouldn't race be kept out of all disciplinary discussions and policies? 800-288-9227 is our number. That's 800-288-WBAP. The rest of this is basically saying that one of the students was told you got the stay away directive. They violated it, placed an in-school suspension for violating the directive. The student was taunted again. It was cyberbullying after a physical altercation ensued. Discretionary Disciplinary Alternative Education Program, DAEP, for 30 days. Look, if somebody's cyberbullying you and then you get into a physical altercation and you initiate that, you're in trouble. Remember what a good parent teaches their kid, whether you're 2 or 22 or 12. Yes, he was wrong, but you do not react. You respond. You do not react, you respond. And when you react, you lose. When Chris Kroc, as a radio talk show host at 51 now years of age, I'm getting super old. When Chris Kroc reacts, he very well may lose. He might get lucky half the time because he's supposedly sharp as a tack up there, but he will lose eventually. When you react, you lose. When you respond, you win. And that is for a 2-year-old, a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 20-year-old. And if there's nobody teaching them that and they're a victim and they keep showing up and pushing back because they're being bullied and that's why they're wrong, they're right. You're going to get in trouble. You're the fool. You look bad even though they started it. Don't do that. And if they don't have a parent telling them that, then if you don't get it and you've not been taught and you won't listen, get out. No sympathy. Don't care about the color. Because there's kids in there who are of the same color or culture, whatever you want to say, and they want to learn, and they're hungry to learn it. I want them to learn. All right, 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Chime in right now. And then also, I never got into the chance to get into the AI stuff, and Google and Facebook literally denying Trump's assassination, denying Trump good news. It's all about Kamala good news. Trump is bad news. It's rigged. That is coming up next, too, and you'll hear that video, the fake political ad that Elon Musk tweeted that it was in the news all over today. Like, oh, look at what he's doing. It's fake. It's AI. No, it's not. It's a prank, and it's funny, and it's great. And if you think it's real, you're stupid. All that next. Chris Crock Show, News Talk 820 WBAP. 3 lines open. Chime in right now. 800-288 WBAP. 800-288-9227 on News Talk 820 WBAP, and now on FM at 93.3. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. 800-288 WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. A couple of families are suing the Waxahachie ISD, saying they're being violated because their kids are getting punished, and it's wrong because they're disproportionately punished because they're students of color. All I care about is that the discipline is if it's a proper, if what happened actually happened, and if the discipline is appropriate, not about color or disproportionate this or that. You don't know who's what and whose parents what and what's going on with what. But all I care about is, are you disrupting the class? Are you bullying? Are you threatening? Are you hurting somebody? Are you disrupting the class? Are you threatening or bullying or attacking or going after your teacher or other students and such? And then what did you do? And then what's the punishment and such? And I don't buy it. I just want to know they were disciplined because it was the right thing to do. My questions are, how do you want our schools to discipline our students? And shouldn't race be kept out of all disciplinary discussions and policies? Shouldn't it just be based on behavior and safety of all, regardless of anybody's color? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. I say let the discipline go where the issues are physically, like whichever kid it is, you know what I mean, or literally, like whatever kid it is, that's where the discipline goes. I don't care what you are, who you are. Israel is called, and he doesn't like what I have to say, apparently, and that's cool. We'll have a nice discussion. Our number, by the way, 800-288-9227, 800-288-WBAP. Chime in right now. Israel in Dallas, thank you for calling in on the Chris Crock Show. What's up, WBAP?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good,
yeah,
sir.
First time caller, so I want to hear the noise.
Oh, well, wait a minute. So you don't just call and demand. You don't just demand things, but you are a first time caller.
Right.
Go! Excuse me.
Cool.
Is that it? You just wanted that nice little noise?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Okay,
that's cool.
You have nothing more to say?
I heard it earlier with the other guy, so I was like, yeah, I got to do the same thing.
Okay, but is there anything else you have to say, or is that it?
No, I just want to say that I think discipline should be taught at home, regardless of, the background, the culture, and all that, and the color, like you were saying. I'm with you. But, when you go to school to learn letters, numbers, history, science, all the fun stuff.
You also get to learn about critical race theory. You want social justice. That's why you go to school, right? I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're pink, blue, purple, whatever. It doesn't really matter. You go to learn. And discipline should be taught at home. And I think that's the biggest issue because, like you said earlier, there is a lot of broken homes that you don't know. Parents, all of that. So maybe just simple stuff, time out. But sometimes at home they are not getting all the attention that they need. That's why they go to school and take it against all the kids.
So you support discipline in the schools if it's not being done at home? If basically, even if it is being done at home, if it's happening in class, then or school, you got to discipline them at school too. Then, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and because look, I was a guy that was disciplined appropriately throughout my life with parents, and I still had to be disciplined in school because I'm a boy and I'm a punk. So I learned.
And if you're a boy, because you do stupid stuff because you're a boy, and that's your nature.
Yes, and I was even worse. So, admittedly, do you care what the color is, and do you care if there's like extra people that are this color or that color? Do you care about that, or do you think there's an issue there what they're suing about, or no?
I don't care about the color. I'm with you on that one. I don't care about the color. It's like you can have. Let's say I'm Mexican, so I'm Hispanic, and I have neighbors or family that they're just so different on their behavior, and it's not about just the culture or the color. It's just whatever they do at home.
There you go. I appreciate your call, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
So look forward to your next call. Watching you, buddy. All right. Here it is. I've been so eagerly, anxiously waiting. This is the call that is on my Twitter feed. Elon Musk did, tweeted out. Somebody else did it. But I love this. And all of the media has their pennies a bunch today saying this is fake and this needs to be regulated. This is horrible. It's AI. No, it's just some stupid parody. I don't care if it's AI or not. I think it's awesome. And I think you're stupid if you think this is real. Here we go.
I, Kamala Harris, am your Democrat candidate for president because Joe Biden finally exposed the senility of the debate. Thanks, Joe. I was selected because I am the ultimate diversity hire. I'm both a woman and a person of color. So if you criticize anything I say, you're both sexist and racist. I may not know the first thing about running the country, but remember, that's a good thing if you're a deep state puppet. I had 4 years under the tutelage of the ultimate deep state puppet, a wonderful mentor, Joe Biden. Joe taught me rule number 1, carefully hide your total incompetence. I take insignificant things and I discuss them as if they're significant. And I believe that exploring the significance of the insignificant is in itself significant. Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time, and there is such great significance to the passage of time. Another trick is trying to sound black. I pretend to celebrate Kwanzaa, and in my speeches, I always do my best Barack Obama impression. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.
I'm going to pause it right there. We got the second half of the commercial coming up next. And the news is this is fake. This is trying to generate AI. This is a threat to democracy. This is wrong. Anybody that thinks that's real is stupid. Do you actually think people are that vapid and stupid that they actually listen to that or see that, watch this thing on social media and think it's real? Would anybody talk like that about themselves, especially her? I mean, nobody would. In a campaign ad? Or maybe she is that dumb. Are you guys nodding your head because she's that stupid? Okay, one of my colleagues is. I'm with stupid. All right, the rest of the commercial is coming up next. Fake spoof. Questions for you on this, and then AI with, or not AI, but Facebook is holding Donald Trump's assassination photos back. Google is holding that back and hiding that he was assassinated anymore. And when you Google Trump, it comes up with Kamala News. When you Google Kamala, it comes up with Kamala News. Got that? All right, that's next on the Chris Crock Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, and now on FM at 93.3. This is a real non-AI show. Breaking news. This just came in the past 20 minutes or so. One of the top leaders of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, shot dead by Israeli intelligence in freaking Tehran at a ceremony, at his residence, at a ceremony. Remember, Iran is it. They're doing all this. Joe Biden has allowed this. I just heard a general today, Major General retired Frank Keane, and he was saying that the head of the Navy, the head of CENTCOM, continues all the time to ask Joe Biden regularly, please, can I take out the Houthis in Yemen, who the Iranians fund, that are blowing up our ships? And the head of the Navy just said recently to AP in the past week that we are at the highest fighting levels we haven't seen since World War II, the Navy, with the Houthis in the Red Sea. And Joe will not let them end the Houthis. He literally, we could destroy him, and he won't let them. And the requests keep coming from CENTCOM. Now listen, Ismail Haniyeh shot and killed dead in Iran, in Tehran, at where they were going to honor the new president. Here's what happens. This came in from the IRCG and from Hamas. They've confirmed it. Ismail Haniyeh, the head of its political bureau, one of the absolute top people of Hamas, was killed in Tehran early Wednesday. The organization mourned the death of him. It was a treacherous Zionist raid on his residence in Tehran. This is the Israeli intelligence. They, I guess, did a raid, went into the house and killed him and his guard. He was there attending his swear-in at the ceremony of the new Iranian president because that's who controls him. That's who killed all those Jews on October 7th. Hanaya's importance as the political leader, as the political leader of the organization, Hanaya's importance, Israeli paper Al Haaretz says, Hanaya's importance was primarily symbolic within the Palestinian faction. Real power is with Gaza-based military leader Yahya Sinwar, who they're going to get, and Mohammed Deif, who they're going to get. The veteran Hamas politician Masoud Abba Marzouk said Hanaya's assassination was a cowardly act that will not pass without a response. But this is what Israel does, and I'm proud of them. The IRCG guards in Iran say that the political bureau, Hamaya was dead. He was shot dead in Tehran. Along with a member of security detail, he was visiting Tehran to mark the swearing in of new Iranian President Masoud, whatever his last name, I can't pronounce it. So he was apparently shot dead at his residence in Tehran. Couldn't be a better guy to take a dirt nap. I'm proud of the Israeli intelligence. I pray they get out of there safely. You want to watch the best show on Israeli intelligence in the world that's recent? It is get Apple TV and burn through it in like 3-4 months. You can kill it after then. Watch Tehran. It's got 2 seasons, I think, at least 2, maybe 3. Glenn Close is in the last season. It's freaking awesome. Okay? Now, the AI. Here's the second part of Elon Musk's parody of Kamala. And to me, the mainstream media is attacking it, and saying it's AI, it's fake, and needs to be, regulated and stopped. No, it's political speech. It's funny. Remember Weird Al Yankovic? He got sued for parody, and he won. You know why? Because our courts determined if it's not confusing the original product with its consumers. I think it was Madonna or some one of those types sued him, or one of the ones like that sued him that he did, and he won because it was parody, and nobody would. And the key with the courts is, does anybody that is a legitimate fan, let's say it is Madonna, is any Madonna fan confused by Like a Surgeon from Weird Al Yankovic? If not, and it's not, then no, it's not illegal, and so the parody wins. This is a parody. You're not going to get it shut down, and if you're too stupid to figure out, if you're too stupid to listen to Weird Al and you think that's Madonna, you're an idiot. Here's the rest of the ad.
I pretend to celebrate Kwanzaa, and in my speeches, I always do my best Barack Obama impression. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. And okay, look, maybe my work addressing the root causes of the border crisis were catastrophic, but my knowledge of international politics is truly shocking. The United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. It is an alliance that is strong and enduring. And just remember, when voting this November, it is important to see what can be unburdened by what has been. And by what has been, Joe Biden. You think the country went to Kamala Harris?
I bumped the button here. Hold on.
And just, you think the country went to over the past 4 years? You ain't seen nothing yet.
And then it's got a picture of Reagan, and it says, "What?" It's a Reagan parody site. And they're, this is terrible. Democracy, get out of here. Get out of here. You're an idiot if you watch that and you think it's real. So I think that's funny, and I don't have a problem with it. Do you? Here's my question on that. Do you think anybody's ignorant enough to believe that fake Kamala ad, do you want it censored? I pray your answer is no. You don't have to like it, but it's comedy whether you like it or not. And then I want to ask you about this. Look at the New York Post cover today. Rig Tech, R-I-G, Rig Tech. Since the assassination attempt on Trump, Meta's AI, Facebook, and Google have said that the shooting never happened, the assassination, falsely claimed that the picture was doctored, and downplayed the news in a search. Every time that you Google Donald Trump on Google, what comes up, and I did it myself and saw it, it comes up Kamala and Trump. Kamala news that says she's incredible, and then Trump that says he's very bad. And when you Google Kamala, all it is Kamala, it's all good. Google has rigged it. You will never find what you want, nor will you find pictures of the assassination. If you type in Trump assassination, assassination attempt on TRU for Trump, it comes out assassination attempt on Truman, How many presidents have had assassination attempts? Assassination attempt on President Truman. Assassination attempt on Harry Truman. If you type in assassination attempt on, what comes up below there is Reagan, Hitler, Bob Marley, Lenin, Gerald Ford, Truman, Teddy Roosevelt, William Seward, and Franklin Roosevelt and Andrew Johnson. Nothing about the man who almost was killed 2 weeks ago. That's in the front headlines of the news with the Secret Service acting director and the assistant at the FBI director on the stand today and yesterday with Congress. Nothing. You will never find it. Facebook and Meta have censored the Trump assassination attempt picture. And, remember Zuckerberg said, who runs Facebook and Meta and all that stuff, said, I don't care what you say. We play the audio. It's pretty badass what he did. Guess what? He paid his little, he walked in and did his little, and then walked out and banned it. Never happened. It didn't happen. But you know what? If it did, here's how Trump says it would be, right? That's what this is. No, it didn't happen. He didn't get shot. He didn't get assassinated. No. But if it did, if you find anything on there, it's Trump talking about it. So it never happened. But if it did, Trump says this is what it would happen. You know what I mean? It's like it didn't happen. It's fake. And Trump talks about it. It's fake. And he's talking about a scenario, not that it happened because it never did. Can you believe this? Do you understand that this is why all of this stuff is freaking bad? This is why we're going in a bad direction, period. I'm telling you. You want to tie that in with the voting stuff, where it can get hacked. Britain and France, we're probably not going to have a chance to talk about this tonight. Maybe we will, but Britain and France, same-day voting, no early voting, voter ID only, paper ballots only. They have no problems. Us, we're one step away from having a catastrophe where we don't know who our president is, and we're Venezuela. Because it's all on computers. It is disgusting. It is filthy. It is angering. And the same thing with tech. They hate us, and they hate our president, and they will do anything to stop him. He is Hitler. And when it's Hitler, you kill him. They tried. And you stop him in any way conceivable. And that's what we're seeing. And here's my questions for you to react. How do you feel about Google and Facebook censoring the Trump assassination from us and hiding good news about Trump from us? And do you think anybody's ignorant enough to believe the fake Kamala ad, and do you want it censored? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Chime in right now. Line's wide open. 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Also, TikTok, you think they're fine too? There's another thing about what they're gathering on you now, and it's bad. The Justice Department is going after them for this. All that is next on the Chris Crock Show on News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. I'll try to squeeze in this hour the France and Britain voting stuff too. Coming up next, Chris Crock Show, WBAP. British and French election lessons for America. Matthew O. Scrod in the Wall Street Journal today. They require ID and conduct most voting on Election Day. And they only use paper ballots. And guess what? They don't have problems. Like most European countries, just a few lines from his editorial here. Like most European countries, neither the UK nor France allows early in-person voting in general elections. Polling stations only open on Election Day. In the U.S., 47 states allow no excuse early in-person voting, starting 27 days on average before the election. Pennsylvania, 50 days in advance. Did you understand that's literally 39 days from right now you can vote in Pennsylvania? Do you understand how we're at now? Well, I mean, this is it. The election's on. This is it. I also heard that one of the sickest things I've ever heard Dana Perino say in that literally this timing, and I was telling you this last night, this timing is so perfect for Kamala. She might be able to hide. But so do you understand? We're going to have to quadruple down to actually try to get this through. This is all by design. Barack Obama installing his new president, who he will control. Anita Dunn, one of the top people in the White House, just resigned and went to Kamala. She's going to be the same thing with Kamala. It's all Obama. It's his, he's in the middle of his third term. He'll be in his fourth and fifth terms with Kamala. And there's a very, very good chance of that happening. Do not underestimate this. I did promise to tell you about TikTok quickly. In fresh broadsides from the AP, one of the world's most popular tech companies, Justice Department, accused TikTok of harnessing the capability to gather bulk information on users based on views of divisive social issues like gun control, abortion, and religion. So they're tracking your political views if you're on TikTok. Government lawyers say in a brief late Friday, TikTok is Beijing-based company ByteDance use an internal web suite system called Lark to enable TikTok employees to speak directly with ByteDance engineers in China. They're following you. Bow down to your masters. One of Lark's internal search engine tools, the Finding States, permits ByteDance and TikTok employees in the U.S. and China to gather bulk user information based on content. And they're gathering all your political details. They spy on journalists who do stories about them and follow their literal where they live, where they go, so they can go approach them and do whatever they want to them. And our government found that. And TikTok, we're so sorry. We didn't know. We didn't know. And they are doing everything for China. China's watching you, they're following you, and they have access to your microphone and your phone, and they have access to your camera, your pictures, your video, and everything, and all of your contacts. Now, you might say, who cares? I don't care. I'm not doing anything, whatever, but that's China. And they're figuring out who we all are, what our vulnerabilities are, so they can attack us and so they can play us online. And they're doing a great job. They're masterful of it. Lloyd in Frisco. Lloyd, you're on WBAP. Hello.
Hey, love your show.
Thank you.
Hey, you're asking some questions. The Google searches, I was looking yesterday whenever you had first started mentioning it. It was still showing me some stuff, but they may have done more since then.
Yeah, I put in Donald Trump, and then it said Harris Trump news, and it was all bad news on Trump right there, and then it was good news about Harris. I mean, you're not asking for her, but when you Google Harris, it says it's all Harris news, and it's good. There's nothing about Trump. So you Google her, you get everything for her, and it's good. When you Google him, you get half her, half him, and it's all bad for him.
And then the other question was,
go to her. She's awesome. It's a light that'll zap you. You're a little a mosquito flying towards it. Go ahead, sir.
And the other question was, should this thing be censored? No, I don't think so. But in their defense, the Democratic Party has the mentality of 18 to 24-year-olds.
You're saying that parody, that parody ad that was put by Kamala. You're saying, should that be censored? You're like, no, but the Democrats are that stupid, I guess is what you're saying, huh?
Yeah, even Kamala Harris says 18 to 24-year-olds are stupid, and I think they must have all that mentality,
Mm-hmm. Appreciate your call. Thanks for your great call, buddy. Take care. And this is one of my favorite shows too. I love this show too. Maybe it's because I'm hosting it. Maybe I'm biased. I don't know. Maybe not. 800-288-WBAP is our number. The UK and France also avoid problems by maintaining strict voter rolls. They require voter ID at the polling stations, and virtually all countries in Europe do. Although France excuses small towns from the provision. Countries also use paper ballots. Both countries, Britain and France, that are counted by hand at the local level makes for a straightforward process involving voting and counting. It avoids issues that might attend complex machines, computers, punch cards, and the like. Britain and France have long retained the streamlined analog procedure and to allay concerns over election security should they change it. So maybe they have electric and punch, whatever, the physical ballots, but they have it. Full results are usually known the next day, and they don't share any early stuff. I think this is great. Why don't we do this? If it's if Europe is so great from the left, why wouldn't we do this? They want to cheat. There's no other excuse, really. They want to cheat. I mean, I'm not saying they do. I'm just saying they want to. They do, but I don't think it's on the level so many people on my side think, honestly. Okay, plus you got to win by the amount. They can't cheat, and that's all we got to do, and it's not unrealistic to win by that amount. It should be done. It should be done every time.